Hello everyone, I'm Joe Conley.
I'm Vanessa Frank. Welcome to Spoilers Digest,
where we predict the plot of your favorite movies that we haven't seen.
Then we digest the movie and see what we got right and what we got wrong, which will probably be a lot today.
And today, Vanessa will be spoiling, I guess is the proper terminology on that one, will be spoiling Patch Adams.
Yeah, you don't really have to conjugate the word spoil in that fashion too often.
No.
So
Spoilering.
We're really blazing trails here.
Yeah. You could call us Spoilers Digest. Don't call us anything other than that, because that's what we are. Or Joe or Vanessa.
Right.
So Patch Adams.
Adams.
Let's just go from the top. What do you know, like, pop culturally about Patch Adams?
I know it's starring the late, great... Why do I want to say August Wilson?
It's not August Wilson.
What? Robin Williams.
There you go.
There's a lot of
I was going to say,
there.
yeah, you're right. He is very late and great. And he's late and very great. I miss him actually a lot.
Yeah. But he's also right on time if you think about it.
You said it's starring Robin Williams.
Robin Williams.
Okay.
Is a doctor. That's all I got. It's a sad movie. I know that.
Okay.
And he's a doctor for children. So he decides to take up clowning is also what happens.
Okay. So we
got doctors and clowns.
Doctors and clowns. Might as well name our podcast Doctors and Clowns at this point, right? Because I feel like I'm a clown and a doctor.
So Robin Williams is a doctor for kids, and the thing about being a doctor for kids is that it's a real bummer.
Yeah,
because you got to deal with every single child that you encounter is unwell, and that sucks a whole bunch. So he decides that he's gonna be real silly a lot when he does his doctor duties.
Let's just start. We have dog fever. Welcome to Dog Fever, the podcast where we eat dogs and get fevers. We have fever dreams about dogs. Tell me what happens at like the top of the movie. What opening scene? What do we see?
Okay, so opening scene is a one long shot. We're going through a kind of San Francisco duplex. We're wandering through the front door, up the stairs, up down the balcony. This is a very well-to-do family in San Francisco.
Yeah.
We zoom in.
A balcony in San Francisco. That's got to be a lot of movie.
Yeah.
Money.
And we turn a corner. We go in through the door. This is the bathroom, the master bath. And Robin Williams is peeling off his wig, his Mrs. Doubtfire wig.
Oh, this is a sequel. Okay.
He peels off his precious wig. He gives it a kiss. A gentle kiss.
Yeah, goodbye kiss.
Robin Williams peels off his Mrs. Doubtfire wig. He gives it a kiss. He puts it on his wig form. Takes off his pantyhose. Wads it up into a ball. Chucks it out of the room. It goes across the balcony.
Does every movie that Robin Williams does, is it just like he's changing characters at the beginning of every movie to get to or is this like a sequel of the movie? Going in from... Okay, so what I'm saying is, like, going in from Peter Pan, Hook, to Mrs. Doubtfire, I don't know if it was properly timed there. I think Mrs. Doubtfire was after.
Well, so that's the thing. It really is a non-linear progression of his characters, but that's kind of the artistry of Robin Williams. And that's what I think a lot of people don't pick up about his movies, is that they are all connected. They're just not in order. And he's known the trajectory of his filmography from the day he was born. He's already had the list of characters that he would play, and he tied them together, but just not in order. Because sometimes you gotta let Jesus take the wheel on those matters, you know. And but he.
That's what I always say.
He really ties them together. If you look at them in the correct order. So yeah. So it definitely, I would say, if you want to look at the broader scope of Robin Williams,
you're gonna get a through line.
Right. So I think it's probably starts with Hook.
Mm-hmm.
In this kind of alternate universe.
Yeah.
Neverland.
Mm-hmm. And then it goes to 1 Hour Photo.
It's a bold jump.
Yeah.
It's a bold jump.
Jarring, if you will.
Right.
That's not a pun. I don't know why I said if you will. It sounded like I was trying to make a pun. That's why I had to specify.
Okay. I was wondering why I didn't get the pun. I was like, is there a jar in 1 Hour Photo that I don't remember? Yeah, so he goes from Hook, 1 Hour Photo to then it goes Mrs. Doubtfire, then Patch Adams, then
he did Good Will Hunting. Where does that show
That was
up?
what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
That was what I was gonna say. Good Will Hunting comes after this one.
How about Death to Smoochie?
Death to Smoochie is after that. Oh, and then no. I'm sorry. The first one is Fern Gully. It goes Fern Gully, Hook.
Yeah. Aladdin? Where's Aladdin?
Patch Adams.
So he even has, like, it's not just his live action stuff, it's also his cartoons.
Oh, for sure. Oh, God, yeah, of course. Are you kidding me? That's part of it.
I know he hasn't done too
No,
many.
you're right about Aladdin. Hold on.
But essentially, so what you're telling me, though, is he's literally changing characters at the beginning of every movie that he does. So, like, he'll come in, you said Hook to Mrs. Doubtfire. So he'll walk in at the beginning of Mrs. Doubtfire. You don't see it because it's, like, in the background, but you see him taking off his leotard.
Yeah. Damn. Right.
I need to pay more attention to these movies.
That's
like very meta, too.
That's the thing.
Like,
because so you know how at the end of Aladdin he gets kind of freed from his jar,
yeah.
And then he's like, "Fuck, I can go be a bat in the rainforest now," and that's how he gets into Fern Gully.
Damn.
And then at the end of Good Will Hunting, Robin Williams, it's really tiny. It's really tiny, but you see very, very slowly he pulls out a wad of flubber.
Oh, yeah.
And he just, and Matt Damon just, like, gives him a look, but, like, then we cut to the next scene.
Damn.
Yeah, so they're all connected. Don't think that they're not. So that's how we start this movie, is the very subtle motion of the camera showing us Robin Williams transforming from Mrs. Doubtfire to Patch Adams, his next character, the next generation of Robin Williams.
Yeah, the next in the series.
Although I believe that, never mind, I don't know. I was gonna say that one came before the other, but I don't actually know. They're all 90s Robin Williams. They're all kind of close to each other.
They all happen. Actually, I think he filmed them all at the same time.
Right.
Like the same year, and then they just released
like
them
the
different
same
times.
month.
He's a really quick actor.
Right.
He's a quick actor.
God, what a fucking legend. Rest in peace.
He really is really good.
He takes off his garb as Mrs. Doubtfire, and he puts on his lab coat.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when you know. That's when you know he's a
Do you
doctor.
see, like, his whole body, or do you just see, like, legs down and you're just, like, seeing these things happen? Or is it, like, full...
You see his full body, because what he does next is he reaches into the pocket of his lab coat and he pulls out a big red nose.
Oh.
And he looks at it, and he looks at the camera, and then he mouths the word, "Wait."
Wait.
Yeah, like, just you wait.
Just you wait.
And then he puts it back into his pocket, and that's foreshadowing. And then he goes, and he's taking care of kids all day long.
Okay, so he's like, I'm not it yet, but you'll see where this comes in.
Yeah.
It's a
really meta movie. We're breaking the fourth wall constantly.
That's crazy.
It's really artistic.
Okay, so that's the beginning. Like, where does the narrative take him? Like, what's the plot progression? Where are some plot devices that he has in there?
So this is what's really sad about Patch Adams. So Robin Williams is so bummed out because he's taking care of these kids all day long, and he's like, every single one of these kids is sick. I can't handle it. My heart hurts. I'm doing my best, but some of them die sometimes. I can't help it.
Yeah.
I wish they would stop. I need to cheer these kids up. I need to cheer myself up. I'm going back into clowning. I'm getting in the clown game. I'm making everybody in this hospital.
So he was once a clown.
Yeah. So he's getting back into the clown game, cheering up the whole hospital. But the problem that arises is that sometimes clowns do not make particularly good doctors. If you look at the history of medicine, you'll find that not too many jester-like figures were also the apothecaries of society. They were not the caretakers in any capacity. They're fucking jokesters. Yeah. And it's really heartbreaking because Robin Williams keeps forgetting to do his doctor shit, and he is literally clowning around. And everyone in the hospital is like, Patch, these children are dying. You work in a children's hospital. Can you please get your shit together? We're going to revoke your medical license. But he can't. He's so caught up in the comedy, in the joy, in the antics. And I'm not going to totally ruin the end, but many kids die. At Robin Williams' hands.
Because he didn't do things.
Yeah, because he forgot to be a doctor.
Now, okay, so I do have to... Okay, what is... Before we go there, how many kids? Do we have a number?
That I can't even say.
That were that are in the movie or that died? You don't have to answer.
I will say, I'm going to guess the death total is in the hundreds.
In the hundreds, okay.
At the hands of Patch Adams. The fucking neglectful clown.
Patchy, what you doing?
He's dicking around. Sorry, I'm getting really upset about this.
Okay, let's get off this topic.
Can we wrap this up?
Yeah, what's the moral of the story?
Well, Joe, I think the moral's very clear. Comedy is a plague to the masses.
Okay, yeah.
And that you need to fulfill your role to society. And if you even think about trying to branch out, if you even consider expanding your horizons and trying new shit, adding any semblance of added joy or creativity, experimentation to your career, your social role in the world, people will perish and children will perish and don't have fun ever because it's very bad.
Yeah. I was going to say laughter's the best medicine is what I got from that. But yours is also true.
Here's the thing. We'll see about that. Because I'm going to watch the movie and then we'll see who gets the last laugh.
It's probably not the dead kids.
It's probably not me.
Vanessa's going to go watch the movie, and we will be right back. And welcome back. Vanessa has just watched Patch Adams, and...
Boy, oh boy.
And not really a funny one, huh?
No, I'm furious. Why was I so correct about what happens in this movie? Hold on, let's just go over briefly, because it's been a minute since you've watched this movie,
yeah.
Okay, so I'm just gonna go over the synopsis of what exactly happened, point by point. So just real quick, Patch Adams tries to kill himself, then he admits himself to a psychiatric hospital. He gets there and says, hey, I'm kind of a funny guy. Maybe I should be a doctor. And then he goes to go try to learn how to be a doctor. And he's not really interested in actually doing the doctor thing. he's sorry, I'm projecting a lot onto this synopsis. I should just say
they have a lot of feelings.
Sorry, I'll just keep it to the facts. So he tries to go to doctor school. He keeps making lots of jokes. The people that run doctor school are not real happy about it, and Patch Adams isn't happy that they're not happy. And he tries to change the system, and he like almost gets kicked out a couple times. And he starts some sort of practice in the middle of the woods, and then gets in trouble, and then becomes a doctor. Those are the facts, and I tried really, really hard not to project anything onto them, but we'll break it down. Why was I so correct? I should not have been correct in my prediction.
Like, even from the top, like, even all of the, like, Robin Williams going, like, wearing different suits.
Yeah, and I've been thinking about that a lot. So I think that this movie does pick up after Mrs. Doubtfire. I think my exact construction of the scene, the opening scene, was definitely incorrect. That was nowhere in it, where he's removing his Mrs. Doubtfire wig and becoming Patch Adams. That we didn't actually see, but it's definitely implied.
Yeah. I mean, I know that they filmed those parts. They just don't always put them in the movie.
Right.
So you might have seen like the director's cut.
Right. I might have checked out the bonus features section of the DVD before I watched the movie.
Before you watched.
So that was one thing that I got correct, is that this is definitely a clear link in the Robin Williams universe.
Yeah. Just a link in the chain.
I wrote down Beautiful Mind, but that's not the right movie.
No, that's not it.
I meant Good Will Hunting.
That's a whole
What's the difference? Okay, so I started watching this movie, and I said to myself, oh no, dear God, what have I done? I made a prediction about this movie that was truly heinous and absurd and nonsensical. And I was really worried as I started watching this movie that I was really going to not have anything to talk about, because what I predicted was so outrageous. And not, like, I actually didn't think that any of the things that I didn't think that Robin Williams was actually going to hurt people because he was too silly. But I was correct. Why was I right? That was not...
Did you get the number right, though? Like, the number of kids?
Oh, definitely not. No. I way overestimated the amount of children. And actually, there weren't really any children that died in this movie. Okay, so that is one thing that I did get wrong.
Go.
He did not kill children. But he was generally terrible and could have endangered a lot of people. And I know that it didn't happen in the movie, but if we look forward into the future a bit, it's really not out of the realm of imagination that Patch Adams could seriously endanger many people, because he doesn't do anything that you're supposed to do as a doctor or as a medical student. He's totally like, he is so dangerous.
He's just like, he doesn't do what other doctors do.
Well, and I think what it boils down to is that he has a fundamental misunderstanding of what doctors do. He doesn't want to be a doctor. He wants to be...
Well, let me stop. Let me ask you this. What do doctors do, Vanessa? What do doctors do? I just saw one, and you know what they said? Here's your x-ray, go home. I would have rather someone squeaking their nose and blowing out something off their... That's squeaking their nose and, like, doing other stuff than just like, hey, your leg's fractured, bye.
Really? I would love for a doctor to just tell me that my leg is fractured.
It took 2 hours for them to tell me that.
Yeah, you know why? Because they're doctors and they have important medicine things to do that we do not understand. It's far beyond what the layman can deduce from just the given evidence. There's a lot that goes into it. There's a lot about the human body that I don't understand. I have no intention of understanding, and I need somebody who spent many years perfecting this craft so that they can do their best fucking job. And I don't want them yelling shit at me. I don't want them, doing a full act so that I, quote unquote, feel better. That's not gonna make me feel better. I want you to fix my fucking leg.
It's spiritual, Vanessa.
That's not how medicine works. That's not what doctors do.
Have you ever tried it?
That's...
Don't knock it till you try it, Vanessa.
You know what? I have tried it. I've been to a doctor, and you know what they do? They give me antibiotics, and I like that a lot. I want them to keep doing that. I don't want them to make jokes at me. I want them to give me antibiotics and let me go home.
You know what? I would rather to get a laugh out of it. I think what Patch was getting at was that people need to feel loved.
That doesn't cure illness.
Love is all you need.
It's not. I like antibiotics, Joe. I like them. I like x-rays. I like chemotherapy. I like surgery.
Surgery?
I like bypasses. I like things that keep my friends and family alive. And listen, I love laughing too. You know I love me a good laugh. You know I love the arts.
A good giggle.
I love clownery and pantomime and prop comedy. And not that Robin Williams did a bad job with any of those things. He did a lovely job, I guess. But at the end of the day, he was doing them for and at people that, A, did not ask for it. Nobody really elected. Like, honestly, I think I have so much social anxiety that if a doctor or somebody wearing a coat that wasn't actually a doctor came into my room while I was sick and started damaging the medical equipment in the room, which Patch Adams does on multiple occasions. He's just like, dancing on the IV poles and he's really just kind of abusing all of the medical equipment. And he's in that room alone with me, and he puts on the clown nose and starts making prop comedy jokes at me. I don't know that I could handle it, and it certainly would not make me feel better, and I would be really, really anxious, and too anxious to probably call a nurse, because then they'd probably have to take him away, and honestly, he might get arrested. He should have been arrested for those things. I would not like that at all. I don't want that to happen.
Is this... Now, Robin Williams is a great comedian.
Yeah.
But he's not known for his prop comedy. Now, would you feel more comfortable if it was Carrot Top? Because he's like a prop comedian.
That's a thought experiment I wasn't prepared for, but my gut says no. My gut says fair. I want it to be doctors, or I want somebody to come in the morning and say, hey, Vanessa, we have a fun clown. Hey, Vanessa, Carrot Top is coming making rounds in the hospital. Would you like to meet him? Would you like him to make jokes at you?
I would still say no.
I would probably say no too, but I would like to be asked. I would not like to be assaulted with the jokes. And that's really what it comes down to. And I think that this is kind of where the conversation about, like, compassion comes in, and about, like, are you doing something out of compassion to help another person, or are you doing it to make yourself feel better?
I think, okay.
I
think Pat's got a real beat up in this one. You weren't very kind to Patch. To Mr.
I don't owe him anything.
You don't. But maybe we should just, like, let it lie for a little bit.
This movie is bad shit. This is fucking insane. And I don't know, like, did they really expect me to root for Patch Adams during this movie?
Yeah.
I mean, listen, Robin Williams is charismatic as hell.
Yeah, he's great.
And he did a great job, and all of his movies, because it's all just one, remember? Is very good.
Yeah.
But what in the fuck? Oh, something that I got wrong was that he is a medical student and not a doctor. That's the only thing I got wrong. Oh, and the baby's dying.
And the whole, like, he was a doctor and he decided to be.
Yeah.
Funny.
Yeah. No, I got that backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just crazy because I made what I thought was an absurd prediction, because I actually assumed that the tone of it was so much like Mrs. Doubtfire that it would be okay to make that prediction. I never thought that it would be as dark as it would be.
You know what?
And actually, that's a really interesting problem that we've never had on the show before. So we learned something in this, didn't we?
And you know what?
No. What?
That's Robin Williams for you. You never know what you're gonna get. You never
Like
know what
his
you're gonna
movie, Forrest Gump. Life is like a box of chocolates.
get. That was him. Okay, what do you think the moral of the story is now?
I think it was pretty close in saying that you should
Never
be
follow.
a fucking doctor and not try to, like...
Be something funny and entertaining.
Right, it's that you should conform no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
Just kidding. I think that you should have a balance of compassion and empathy in industries that don't always require that or accept that. But you need a balance for sure. I think Patch Adams processes things really in an unhealthy way. And I don't think that you should model your career after that. But I think it's cool to be nice to people and ask them their name and treat them like humans. Because we're not real good at that, are we? Not super good at that.
Joe and Vanessa, we're horrible at that.
Yeah. I'm a human, Joe. Can you treat me like a human for once? Not just a podcast robot.
Shut your pie hole, Laverne. Vanessa, how would you rate this movie?
I think it had some interesting philosophical situations, which I like that for, and also Robin Williams is good, but fuck this story and fuck this movie. So I'm going to give it 4 out of 8 fingers.
I'm going to give your synopsis of it size 18 shoes out of the size 20 clown shoes that he had.
I think that's pretty good. I did do a good job, didn't I?
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys for listening to Spoilers Digest.
We want to give a special thanks to Alex Petty, who made our music that we use every show, and also for Josh Friend, who made our icon, our
beautiful logo with our faces on it.
Yeah, and you can find more of his work at keepsecret.bigcartel.com.
All right, well, thank you for listening. We don't have a sign off yet.
We don't have a sign off
Fuck
yet.
Patch Adams.
Bye.
Bye.